Good evening, it's 6:30 p.m. Welcome to this weather update. Today we're going to look at, first of all, for this evening update, the NAO. And the NAO is going to go negative, but not become officially negative. It's going to drop, I should say. It's not going to go in negative territory, only a little bit, a teeny eensy bit, but it's not going to be enough to support long-term cold and snow, at least based off this factor alone. Let's take a look at our 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, because again, we're getting towards that time of year where we're gearing towards winter, so we always want to be on the lookout for cold developing or Arctic fronts coming in from Canada. So our 8 to 14 day temperature outlook from November 14th to the 20th, very hot. No, it's not really hot. It's not like 80s and 90s, but it is above average. And then here in the blue, we have below normal temperatures in places like California, Nevada, and Arizona. And speaking of which, we actually had some snow there in the Arizona area and these southwestern desert regions, rather. Our precip the next 8 to 14 days, above average in much of the country, especially the northern plains and northwest. Let's take a look at our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. Above average for the east, below normal for the west, kind of the same deal and shebang. But ironically, I was looking at some charts off Weatherbell, and from I believe it was from May to July, we were very above average in the central part of the country in terms of precip, and then we had that drought start to develop, and we're kind of in that drought, and we finally got some much needed rain over the past 46 to 72 hours, the last 3 to 4 days, and that's the good news because we really needed it in that area. Let's take a look at our Jamstack weather model just to review some things going on. If I have any new commentary on it, I will let you know. Here's our December through February sea surface temperature anomalies. And again, we have that La Nina. We have a lot of warmth and cold in the Atlantic and Pacific basins. So, and this is basically your ensemble from what it looks like is the F2, the 3, DVAR, and F2SI, which are just names of different computer models that the Jamstack Japanese site uses for their modeling. And again, 2-meter air temperature, it's very similar to the Euro. Both have a blowtorch for all of North America, not just the United States, but also Canada and Mexico. It's just a blowtorch, and it's hard to find any cold here on the map, with a few exceptions, like in the Antarctica, some North Polar latitudes too, seeing some cold air. Last but not least, we're going to take a look at a few other things, and we're going to take a look at what is going to happen with this tropical system in the Gulf of Mexico. So let's take a look at that. And let's go to our 12 p.m. run, because the 6 p.m. run is not fully out yet. So I'm going to kind of loop this to where it heads off. So we have off to the Gulf of Mexico, that is 978 millibar low here. That's enough. I would classify that as a Category 1 hurricane in terms of pressure standards. Let's take a look and kind of fast forward this. Again, kind of staying in the same place. Let's kind of go really far out. And again, it kind of fizzles out. That's what I think will happen with this storm, is it's just going to kind of fizzle out. And with that, it might just dissipate completely, because once you get to the point of no return, where it just starts to become, cloud cover in the atmosphere and kind of circulates back into the atmosphere, there's not much you can do about that to redevelop it. There are rare cases where you get a low, though, that does remain a low, even though it has no precip or a lot of clouds with it, and that can cause a reemergence of the system. But I don't think that'll happen with this one, guys. And again, nothing major in the way of cold or snow here. We have a big system in Alaska by November 22nd. It has a 946 millibar low there, so that's a pretty big system. Last but not least, I'm going to tell you what the National Hurricane Center is saying about this current storm system. Wow, Maximum sustained winds at 115 miles per hour. Pressure 956 millibar. This is a pretty decent storm. I believe this will be a category at least 2, maybe 3. I'm not sure. I don't have the scale memorized, but that's a strong storm. So Rafael is forecast across the western Cuba as a major hurricane, so it is a 3 this afternoon and evening. A hurricane warning is in effect for this region, where a life-threatening storm surge, damaging hurricane-force winds, and destructive waves are expected. So Cuba will face the brunt of the storm. And if you look to the right, you see where the storm is headed off to, directly to the west, like really directly to the west. And that's where it kind of fizzles out, which is good news. My guess, my intuition says that's going to be due to shear. I haven't checked, but the reason being is we have plenty of warm water to work with in the Gulf. So if this wanted to, and I believe if we had no shear, this would definitely steer towards one of these regions, either in Mexico or in Texas or in the Floridian Gulf Coast, or anywhere in the Gulf Coast really make a landfall. But I believe that shear will weaken the system. Alright guys, again, I will have more updates to come for this winter. Make sure you like and share and subscribe to my channel for more long-range weather content to come. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and peace out.